Hi all, welcome to Other Dimensions Stream of Consciousness, basically a show all about reviewing shows that have been streamed in the United Kingdom on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Crunchyroll, Funimation, wherever we can find them, even YouTube. We're going to look at TV programs, movies, anime, even ones that have been on mainstream TV before that are now streaming and I've missed before. I'm going to have a look at them and have a go at some of them probably, but mostly it's all about stuff we like and we want to just share with you. So for the first one, as you might be able to tell from the description and as you might be able to tell from this very first picture in front of you, it's all about Star Trek Discovery. Yes, Star Trek Discovery, the best sci-fi series of the year. Well, as the year's only just started and it was the end of last year, yeah, it is. It's just fantastic. I love the Star Trek Discovery. The only really bad thing about it, acronym STD. Could have thought of something else, I think, but that's not good. No, not good. Anyway, for me, the ultimate thing about this is the serialization. Its continuing story is an excellent idea. Not only does it keep audiences wanting to come back to see what's going to happen next, but it also allows for character growth and as well as that, of course, plot growth. So there's something new all the time, and because of this serialization, there's so many twists and turns in this program. It's just amazing. The back end of the show for quite a lot of episodes could easily have been cliffhanger ends of seasons. They twist, they turn, and suddenly bang, it's like, oh no, we've got to wait for next week. Whatever happened to binge watching? Damn you, why didn't you just list them all at the same time? But they decided to keep it like that, and for this one, it really worked very well. Some, it's better off being on there so you can watch several of them, especially newer programs, I suppose, unlike Star Trek, where people will probably come back to see how it goes even if they don't like the first one. Other shows, if they don't like the first one, people might stop, but if it's already available up on Netflix or up on Amazon, they'll go, okay, I'll watch the next one, see what happens, and suddenly the next one clicks it in. So, good idea there, guys. Now, serialization and newfangled ideas for Star Trek has seemed to have caused a rift out there among so-called Star Trek purists who have a problem with this fantastic series. Originally, they're all bellowing on about, where's Star Trek? We want Star Trek. Yes, there's the movie's out, but we want to see some new Star Trek, something new. And we don't want to go back to the time of Enterprise. Enterprise wasn't great. We know that. It got better, but for the most part, it wasn't great. It was pretty poor for a lot of it. Some people will fight to the death for Enterprise, and good on them, but it was really poor and did kill the TV franchise, or at least put it into mothballs, as you can see, because it's back. But they wanted something different, then they got something different, and they've moaned about it being different, and they've moaned about it before it even came on for being different, before they'd even seen it for being different, and some of them won't watch it. But, you know, that's their loss. For other people who have gone like, it's not quite the Star Trek we remember, but if we think of it as a parallel universe, we can live with it. So, that's fine by me. If you enjoy it, enjoy it. If you have to think of it in some other light, to go like, yes, but it's not the Star Trek I remember, I won't like it if it is, but I like it if it's parallel, then that's brilliant. Keep enjoying it, because this is a fantastic show. You see, the thing is, time has moved on. The television world has moved on. People want a different energy to their shows. Yes, there's a lot of cop shows still out there that are like just case of the week, and then they all reset back to what happened before and nothing really happened again, but that's cop shows. Who cares about cop shows? We're into sci-fi and fantasy stuff here. Sci-fi and fantasy is all about world building, all about creating a world and characters that you can relate to and that you can see grow in front of you, and that's what serialization was meant for, and that's what a lot of these shows were meant for. Even a standalone show like The Orville, you can see growth in characters, you can see growth in interactions between characters, and you can't really watch them out of order as much as you would have done in the past. You still can with The Orville, but there's a character development arc in there that makes you go, after watching in order, and that's the way the new world works. And for me, it's brilliant. I love it a lot. But there are always things that people will like more in a program or dislike more in a program. For me, it's all likes, really. Everything's brilliant. Well, not everything's brilliant. There are niggles. But what I'm going to do is 5 things that I really like about Star Trek Discovery. And then you can't say 5 bad things, because nothing's really bad in it. It's just little niggles that make you go, come on, you can do better. So here's our top 5 reasons why Star Trek Discovery is so damn good. Okay, first thing in my top 5, the storyline. I've already said it before, serialized storyline really works for this show, and it's a modern style of TV these days, and I'm on board with it all the way. It allows the plot to breathe and expand, and allow characters to really grow and learn, and, well, not all the time learn, but they remember what happened before, unlike some of the older episodes of Trek, especially in Next Generation, where it was, hey, this is amazing, things happened to us, oh my god, I'll never forget it. Next episode, huh? What? So this is an excellent thing for me. Second one, SFX. Again, the word excellent comes up. For the modern world, for modern TV landscape, when it's a big show like this, you've got to put the money in. CBS have put the money in. If it'd been on the normal channel rather than their online channel, maybe they wouldn't have put so much money in. But they've put a lot in to boost this. They needed to, in the world of Game of Thrones now, where big budget is king, and quality SFX king. You've got to do it. Other show, if it had been on the mainstream show, 1 or 2 episodes might have had these brilliant effects, but the rest of the show would have just been bottle episodes in front of old cardboard sets. So, brilliant 2 things to start with. The next 3 are all linked. So my other top 3 reasons why I like this show are characters. 3 of the characters in particular. But it's always been something that Star Trek's been good at, so this new one has done it as well. So 3 of the characters have really caught my eye in this more than anybody else. First one, the evil, backstabbing, 2-timing Captain Gabriel Lorca. One of the reasons why lots of purists have hated this show, or other people have found it a bit grinding, because Gabriel Lorca is not the usual nice, sweet, firm but strict but happy-go-lucky captain. He's a bit of a bastard. And as reasons come up through the show, we all know why, unless you haven't watched it, in which case you need to know why. Watch the show. But Gabriel Lorca, nastiest captain ever. Best modern captain so far as I can see. Then we've got Paul Stamets, the science officer guy. what a guy Paul Stamets is. Sarcastic, bad-tempered, outspoken, doesn't really like people. Perfect Star Trek character. Oh, well, in the modern world, he's a perfect Star Trek character. He really comes good as the show goes on. But if you don't like Stamets, you can have a problem with this show, because he's an integral part of it, and he's just great. And finally, my 5th reason and my 3rd character for why I like this show so much is Sylvia Tilly. Ensign Sylvia Tilly. Best character in the whole show. She's basically the everyman or every woman character, the one who links us all to the show to go, what's going on? Why are we doing this? But she's also the best for all the fun lines. She gets. I thought Stamets was going to be the one to get all the fun lines, but as the show went on, Sylvia got all the best lines, all the best jokes, all the best what the hell's going on moments. She's the beating heart of this show, and what the show needs is much more Tilly. Anyway, 5 reasons done. Now, for balance, I'll pick some niggly things that grate slightly. We will call them 5 bad things, because people like to see 5 bad things to offset 5 good things, but they're not that bad, and I can live with them quite happily. They're just niggles that can annoy slightly. Hey, first, niggle, annoyance, si vis pacem parabellum. Something that classic Next Generation fans, for instance, have said, pretty good show. Pretty good episode in the show. For me, it's definitely dull. It's episode 8, if you want to know the number. It's the one where they go on the planet where there's an energy being, tree thingies, can send signals out into space, and it's just meh. It really is a bit of a letdown when it followed the last episodes before it, but it does serve as a bridge between the first half of the season, which is slightly more standalone, although it's all serialised, but there's much more episodes where it's like, that episode is finished, just wait for the next one. The second half of the season, that episode is finished, I need to see the next one now, the amount of twists and turns in that one, and it was a cliffhanger, I need to see it now so I know what's going on. That's the difference between the two halves, and this serves as a bridge between those two halves. But it's a bridge that is boring. It's like, oh my god, get on with it. So, if that can be classed as a niggle, of course, if more episodes had been like that, it would have been a bad thing. But it's only a niggle because it's only that one episode. Yay! Second one, people might crucify me before they even hear me out. It's Michael Burnham. It's a niggle about Michael Burnham. Michael Burnham was brought up on Vulcan, learning all about the Vulcan logical disciplines. In Discovery, her disciplines don't seem to work, except when the writers decide that it needs to there, like a Deus Ex Machina. It's 1 minute she's flipping around emotional, the next minute she's like, oh, I can be logical, I have no problem with this. And they just didn't know how to write it properly. She was, is it schizophrenic? Schizophrenic, that's the word. Forgot it off the top of my head. So her character wasn't well done to start with in the emotional, non-emotional stakes. There need to be much more of an arc of her going from logical to emotional maybe, or being able to show those two parts separately whenever it was required, but they didn't do it very well. Towards the end, her character seemed to be more stable in terms of emotions and stuff. She was emotional when she needed to be, she was logical when she needed to be, in as you would expect somebody to be, I think. Maybe I was just not paying attention because the show was going so fast. But that is a bit of a niggle, that they couldn't really get a handle on her emotionally. My third one, and my fourth one, is all to do with the Klingons. Firstly, their uniform, for want of a better word. Bloody awful. Horrible, horrible 1970s, 1980s looking designs. Could be on Flash Gordon. I think what people said they were original design schematics for Star Trek Phase 2, that was coming out that was planned in the 70s and never happened. They were then scrapped, quite rightly, because they are rubbish. I hate them. Other people, of course, immediately go, how can you not like them? They are really, really gaudy and disgusting. You must like them. No, can't stand those. Terrible uniforms. The fourth one is the Klingons again, and it's the language, because they wanted to be genuine, it seems. Oh, we want to be genuine. So let's have the Klingons speaking in Klingon with subtitles. Now, it's fine if it's a line here and there, but when it's whole debates and speeches, it really does drag down an episode. The first 2 episodes had a lot of Klingon in there. The first 2 episodes had a lot of them Klingon speaking in there. It did not help with the flow, and it did not help new viewers, I would think, especially. Some other Star Trek fans were probably put off by it as well. Those who stayed with it, of course, go over that. Oh, the universal translators appeared, and you hardly heard any long speeches anymore. Suddenly they were just sentences here and there in Klingon. But at the start, stupid decision, really did not help to kick-start the show as much. It was like, hey, it's going on, they're in there, they're shooting it there, hey, let's go and talk about Klingons. Klingons talking about Klingons. Still talking about Klingons. And of course, the actors had to learn all these lines, and they've got these big damn teeth in their mouth, So that slowed it down even more. So less of that in the future, please. If they're going to speak in Klingon with subtitles, just a sentence here and a sentence there. Fair enough. Whole speeches, you're going to let us down, guys. And the final thing, possibly the biggest niggle, the bridge crew. Who are they? What are their names? Yes, they all have names. I know they all have names. Can I think of any of their names off the top of my head? Nope. There's that woman there who was in the first ship with who's got the eye thingy. There's the black woman there who was also, I saw her in the Mirror Universe, leading bad guys around. Well, they're all bad guys in the Mirror Universe. That's her, and there's the other black guy on there, and the other Asian guy over there, and they're communications open captain. They are just ciphers sitting around on the bridge. The one thing all the other Star Trek shows managed to do was incorporate characters that were part of the crew into the monologue. They were always, they had parts to play, they had moments in the sun, and they had characters that grew. Yes, this is serialized, so there's less time to shoehorn them in, but they didn't have to give over a whole episode to one of these people or anything like that. They give a few minutes. One of these characters can have a few minutes in several times during an episode, just to see them develop. They hardly spoke. It was a shame. I think that's a shame for me. But again, it's just a niggle, really. We can live without them. So to conclude, this is a fantastic series, and I'm looking forward to series 2 very, very much indeed. If you like Star Trek Discovery, let us know. If you don't like it, and you don't like why I like it, tell us why as well. Don't just go, nah, 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 nah. Just explain. We're open to hearing other people's opinions. We don't agree with them, or we might not agree with them, might agree with some of them. But, it's always good to have a little debate about something, especially if you enjoy chatting about things you like, or even dislike. So, we'll see you for the next Stream of Consciousness. If you like this video, click like, and comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you again. Thanks.